Alright, let's play a quick game. I'm gonna describe a player, and you tell me who it is. Averages a triple-double as a 7-foot center, has more assists than most point guards, he dropped 40 on your favorite defender, and looks bored while doing it. And he led his team to a championship, and he might do it again. Sounds like the best player in the NBA, right? Well, somehow people still act like Nikola Jokic isn't that guy. So I'm gonna break down why Jokic is one of the greatest centers ever, and why he's still underrated. Before we even talk about this season, let's rewind to 2 years ago, because Jokic didn't just win a championship, he destroyed everyone. In the first round versus the Timberwolves, Jokic averaged 26 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists per game. Cat and Gobert were basically traffic cones. In the second round versus the Suns, he averaged 34 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists. Jokic sent KD and Booker packing while laughing. In the Western Conference Finals versus the Lakers, he averaged 28 points, 14 rebounds, and 12 assists, which is another triple-double, while sweeping the king. No excuses, no foul baiting, just pure dominance. And in the NBA Finals versus the Heat, he averaged 30 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists. He was the Finals MVP and the first ever to lead the playoffs in points, rebounds, and assists. Let me repeat that. No one, including Jordan, LeBron, Shaq, Magic, and Bird, nobody has ever led the entire playoffs in points, rebounds, and assists until Jokic did it. And the best part? Bro won the finals, lifted the trophy, then immediately went home to race forces in Serbia. Alright, let's talk some more numbers, because unlike Twitter arguments, numbers don't lie. Over the last 5 years, Jokic has dominated, and in this season, Jokic is averaging a dang near 30-point triple-double, while shooting 40% from 3. You mean to tell me this dude is averaging a 30-point triple-double, and somehow people still think he's not the MVP? Back in 2017, when Westbrook won the MVP, he also averaged a 30-point triple-double, which is considered one of the best seasons of all time, and Jokic is basically doing the same thing with better efficiency. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is having a heck of a season. I mean, he's averaging 32 points per game on 52% shooting, but he's not dropping a 60-point triple-double. And for the people who still don't believe Jokic deserves MVP, let's talk about some of the games this season where Jokic made grown men question their life choices. In January 4th versus the Spurs, he dropped 46 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists. December 8th against the Hawks, he dropped 48 points, 14 rebounds, and 8 assists. And his most recent performance came against the Timberwolves. Jokic dropped a 61-point triple-double, which is the highest triple-double in NBA history. But Westbrook ruined it by blowing a wide-open layup and fouling on a 3-point attempt, which ultimately cost him the game. At this point, the league needs to admit defeat, because you cannot guard this man. Alright, we gotta have this conversation. Where does Jokic rank among the greatest centers of all time? Let's compare him to some of the all-time greats. Shaq is the most dominant force ever, 4 rings, and he was unstoppable in the paint. But Jokic is more versatile offensively, a better passer, and actually shoot free throws like an NBA player. Shaq in his prime was a cheat code, just dunking on everybody. But if we're talking skill set, bro, Jokic has handles, passing, shooting, everything Shaq wished he had. Kareem has the skyhook, 6 rings, and was the all-time leading scorer before LeBron. But Jokic is a more skilled passer, better 3-point shooter, and arguably a more complete offensive player. Now Kareem is considered the best center of all time because his skyhook was literally unguardable. But let's be real, Jokic can score from anywhere, while also running the offense like a point guard and a 7-foot Serbian body. Wilt Chamberlain supposedly had a 100-point game, even though there's no evidence, but he was a freak athlete and a rebounding machine. But Jokic is more polished skill-wise, better in the modern game, and actually played against NBA players who wasn't plumbers. Look, I respect Wilt, but let's keep it real. He was playing against dudes who had 9-to-5 jobs as an electrician. Meanwhile, Jokic is out here cooking all defensive players in 4K. Hakeem's footwork was insane. He was a two-way monster and had 2 rings. Jokic has similar footwork, he's a better passer, and he has more range on his shot. Hakeem had the smoothest footwork of any big man ever, but guess what? Jokic is right there with him. The difference? Jokic is basically Hakeem, but also throwing no-look downs like Magic Johnson. So where does Jokic rank all time? I mean, if he can keep this pace up for a few more years, he's well on his way to being considered the best center of all time. I mean, the only argument you can say is that he has 1 ring, and that he's an average defender. But his offense makes up for that, and if he keeps playing like this, he might end up being top 10 all time. People don't realize it now, but when it's all said and done, we're gonna look back and say, Nikola Jokic was one of the greatest centers ever. So what do you think? Is Jokic already considered one of the best centers of all time? How many more rings does he need to be considered the best?